at the Dome. And you know, one of the great things about television is we occasionally take you someplace you don't always get to go, and we'll take you right now down on the sidelines as this game ended. Fox 8 photographer Edwin Good with unedited video in the moments, those ecstatic, electric moments after the victory.
Yeah, and you know, you were speaking a few moments ago, and Gary Hartley apparently didn't see the ball go through the uprights, but I guess from the reaction of everybody, he knew that it was a good kick.
Right, we saw Cedric Ellis on top of a pile of guys and said, well, what is that? Okay, that's Hartley on the bottom there. And he had said, if I'm not mistaken, in his interview earlier at the podium, his press conference, that he wasn't sure exactly where it had gone through the uprights because he had, you know, he'd gotten mobbed. And you could see that, you know, it was interesting. I don't know if it got to the 20 or the 15, but the fans, the elation, the eruption began as fans realized, okay, this thing is going to be good.
And imagine being 23 years old, everything's riding on this one kick. I mean, he's going to remember this forever.
And what a moment that is. You know, we look at Sean Payton and the success he's had, the winning tradition now that he's brought to New Orleans, and Drew Brees as if they've sort of always been there. And, you know, Brees talked about that this week. He knew very little about Sean Payton. It was a chance that he took too, and the Saints took a chance on him. He was a beat-up player. Not everybody wanted him. There were questions about, he was a very talented guy, but there were questions about, you know, whether he could come back from injury. The Saints felt he was for real. The Saints felt he had more life left in him. He came here and had this moment of looking at the city and toured around, went to devastated neighborhoods, saw trucks still on the top of debris, as we saw in the months after Katrina, and thought to himself, as he put it this week, what an opportunity. And, you know, you look at some of these guys who, the Fajitas and the Reggie Bushes and, you know, Jabari Greer and these other guys who weren't here 5 years ago, and who are so much now a part of this community.
And for all the naysayers, I guess Drew Brees can say, how you like me now? You know, this is the moment that we've... Let's listen. Yeah, that chant that Drew Brees is famous for at the beginning of every game, he kind of revisited that in a new way.
I'm not sure he was involved in that semicircle.
I know, terrific. And you know, all these big football players who are supposed to be so macho, hugging and kissing is allowed on this night. Everybody is getting a lot of hugs and kisses.
Well, I think all over metropolitan New Orleans and the Gulf South, you just reached out and hugged whoever was next to you.
Tom Benson had to be loving this. And there's that boogie.
next to Chris Myers from Fox Sports, the guy who coined the phrase, actually. And as you know, as you look at people like Darren Sharper and Sean Payton and the others who, you know, these names now household names in New Orleans, as they soak up this moment, I can't imagine what goes through your mind.
And when you're thinking about, everyone says it was fate that we go to the Super Bowl this year, and really the way things played out, it sort of was. When the coin toss happened, you remember, John, I ran in the other room and shut my ears because I was like, oh no, we're not going to get it. And then we got it, and then the, you know, the interception that we got in the nick of time. I mean, it was all just like a well-planned miracle. It's just wonderful.
And then that moment that we have seen so often in national championship games, Sugar Bowl games, Super Bowls in New Orleans, but you know, for the most part, a couple of LSU events, but for the most part, somebody else's celebration, and tonight it was ours.
Oh, look at Drew Brees just feeling the love. And you notice, look at the people still in the stands. I mean, they stayed through all of this celebration and a little while longer. They wanted to soak all this up. And for them to have, I'm trying to listen to see if we can hear it. You were saying earlier, what rules that they have to bend to get Deuce to be able to do that presentation?
Yeah, I want to know what NFL official gave up his position in order for Deuce to be able to do that. I guess they arranged that in advance, obviously. And we'll just listen a bit to the crowd. Again, this is raw, mostly unedited video that we've just put into our system here as we've had our crews come back. Drew Brees holding up the George Halas Trophy, the trophy for the National Football Conference champions, the next goal, the Lombardi Trophy.
Night these guys will remember for the rest of their lives, and I guess if you're on the losing end, that interception is going to be what Brett Favre remembers over and over again, saying, "Oh, if only it had been different."
Well, as you know, as somebody put it, Drew Brees beat the story. The Saints beat the story because I think that, you know, it made sense that the national media would jump on sort of the Brett Favre bandwagon. It was certainly something that was annoying to be a Saints fan and see that. I will tell you that as abusive as the Chicago Bears fans were 3 years ago to Saints fans, there was a lot of backlash in Chicago when the Saints were the Cinderella team, and there was all this discussion of the role they were on, and a lot of Chicago fans took it to an extreme, but took great offense at the fuss being made about the Saints. I think in this case, you know, this team seems to kind of thrive on maybe being the underdog, and certainly, you know, they are now 15-3. There was all this discussion of going 13-0 and then 13-3, and they were being dogged by some of the experts. And you know, I remember one of the guys who's one of the most highly regarded sports columnists in America predicted at the beginning of the season the Saints would be 7-9, 8-8. So, you know, there's a reason they play the game. And there's so much parity, as is talked about in the NFL. This team, the addition of Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, it's been this chemistry they've had, and they've put the right pieces together finally after 43 years. As we see, it was Darren Sharper, wasn't it?
Yes.
Who took the trophy and ran around and shared it with the fans.
He said he wanted to touch every single hand on that bottom row to say thank you to these fans who have really, you know, had faith.
Let's just listen in for a moment. Now, bear in mind, this whole clip runs about 8 minutes. Obviously, this whole event took place, we're talking here about 20 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes of activity after the game from the little bit of time we've condensed. And you can see thousands and thousands of people still hanging on, watching this. It'll be fascinating, I think, tomorrow to see what the television ratings are from Nielsen. As we've talked about this evening, the hit television show of the fall. You're probably looking at certainly way up in the 60 range of a rating. If you had a neighborhood of 100 homes, 60 would be tuned in.
It'll be nice to hear what the national story is too. Will it be 40-year-old Brett Favre, hurt and out? And I know it's going to be us going to the Super Bowl. It'd be nice to be the star of the.
As Big Sam says in The Big Thing, it was a long time coming. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Pure joy, tears, memory. To celebrate the crowning of the new NFC champions, it's so sweet. Countless others were there in spirit.
Well, Buddy D, we're going to bring one to you.
That kicker, Garrett Hartley, is mature beyond his years, huh?
Yes, a baby-faced assassin, isn't he? Nearly 40 years ago, Tom Dempsey kicked the unimaginable, a 63-yard field goal that still stands as the NFL's longest through the uprights. But what Garrett Hartley lacked in distance to Dempsey last night, he made up with sheer timing. His 40-yarder in overtime trumps Dempsey's effort only because of what came with it, and that would be the franchise's first ever trip to the Super Bowl. Hartley, who'd consistently nailed 55-yarders during warm-ups, carried the body language of a guy that's done this before. Calm, cool, and collected was Hartley, as was head coach Sean Payton, we think.
Coach Payton kept going out there and talking to him. I said, man, leave the guy alone. But, hey, he was ready for that situation. He made the kick, and shoot, man, he's a great player, man.
What did he say to him?
I have no idea. I just saw him, he kept running out on the field. And I almost grabbed him by his shirt to bring him back, leave the guy alone. But, he's a clutch player, and he definitely made that kick when we needed it.
I just told him, hey, you belong here to hit this kick, and I don't know if he heard me. I said, there's a little tiny fleur-de-lis up there between the uprights. Why don't you try to hit that fleur-de-lis? And he hit it solid and true, and it was obviously a big kick for him, and he had plenty of leg.
And, of course, you can catch the Super Bowl on February 7th right here on Channel 4. The Hornets got closer to the luxury. 4.5 years ago, the world looked on in horror as the ravaged Superdome became the symbol of our destruction. They saw it last night as the symbol of our resurrection. Restored, rejuvenated, rejoiceful, as our city largely is, as our spirits forevermore will be. Coming to New Orleans in the aftermath of Katrina, as Drew Brees, Sean Payton, and others did, required a leap of faith. For those who never left, it was faith they never lost, and that has since been rewarded. It took special people to live here and endure what we have endured. It took special fans to be Saints fans for the last 43 years to endure what you have endured. And now you have been rewarded for doing and being both. The feel-good story of the year in the NFL feels better than good. It feels wonderful. It typifies and symbolizes the struggles of the common man to rise up in the face of uncommon challenges. How wonderful that in looking back on the most glorious moments in Saints history, it is the likes of Brian Milne, Steve Gleason, Curtis DeLoche, and Garrett Hartley who did so. NFL fans may not remember any of them years from now, but we will never forget them. In them, we saw ourselves, and we're greatly pleased with the reflection. Each and every one of you who are Saints fans share in this special moment in time. Be you near or far, black or white, young or old, rich or poor, man or woman, newly converted or lifelong diehard. All one. Saints fans all over the world this night. All one. And we'll be...
I just want to, be patient. That's what I learned from the Tampa game, is I kind of rushed myself during that kick. So I just took a little bit more time, and I just kept my head down, followed through, and that was honestly probably one of the better hits I've had in a while.
Former Saints kicker turned kicking consultant John Carney has a unique perspective on Hartley's heroics. He says he was proud the way his former teammate and current pupil conducted himself.
Maybe youth is a benefit for him. He comes in here out of college, really just a year and a half now, but very, very talented kid. I was very excited for him and the city and this franchise for him to come through on that kid.
Well before he was swallowed up by a celebratory dog pile, the 23-year-old Hartley sought Carney's advice during the game about what might lie ahead.
Just on the sideline, I guess I would say halfway through the fourth quarter, I went up to him. I said, "What would you do in the situation?" And he just told me to go out there and kind of isolate yourself. You're in your own little world in a way. You're still paying attention. You're into the game, but you're envisioning what come and what could be, later down the road.
The Saints' team approach to kicking yielded a field goal for the ages. In Metairie, Adam Norris, ABC 26 Sports.
Garrett Hartley 9 for 11 in the regular season. Well, if you need Super Bowl tickets, you are not alone. So does Archie Manning. Here's Archie's advice on getting Super Bowl ticks.
DMItravel.com. This is the official travel company of the New Orleans Saints for 20 years, and that's who you can go to get your Super Bowl tickets. DMItravel.com.
In Sunday's AFC title game, Archie's son Peyton completed 26 of 39 passes for 377 yards as the Colts rallied to beat the Jets. The Colts outscored New York 17-0 in the second half. Archie said a Colts coach told him it was the best game Peyton has ever played. Archie said he's happy for the city of New Orleans, but...
People, I guess, I think people just being nice and ask that, but obviously, we're going to pull for our child.
Was there any doubt? Eli Manning won the Super Bowl with the Giants 2 years ago. Well, life is nothing but irony, and it was flowing last night like the Mississippi River at the Superdome. 53 months after our city was allegedly toast as a pro sports town, the Saints earned a trip to the Super Bowl and likely ended Brett Favre's career. The 40-year-old kid who grew up a Saints fan made one of the biggest mistakes of his career, an ill-advised toss over the middle that was intercepted by Tracy Porter. For Favre, his last pass in a Green Bay uniform and perhaps in a Minnesota uniform were both interceptions in the NFC Championship game. In the post-game interview, Favre had the look of a beaten man, a Saints defense that for years was anything but produced 5 turnovers and beat Favre to a pulp. Now the ultimate irony, the uptown kid, Peyton Manning, tries to spoil his own city's party. In 2003, Peyton came to town and torched the Saints with 6 touchdown passes. If the Saints beat the Colts, they will have not only won the Super Bowl, but beaten 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, Kurt Warner, Brett Favre, and Peyton, in 3 straight games. I frankly do not know how it gets any better than that.
There are so many side stories in addition to the big story.
Well, you know, we thought that this may happen 3 years ago. If the Saints had beaten the Bears in the NFC Championship game, they would have played Peyton 3 years ago. And frankly, I think given Peyton a lot better game than maybe the Bears did in South Florida 3 years ago. Chicago was terrible. But, you know, here we are 3 years later, and it's Peyton against the Saints.
Crazy. All right, thanks a lot, Ed. We'll